Hello and good morning, everybody. Welcome to Jim McAbee Field in Medford at North Medford High School, as today your Roseburg Dr. Stewarts get ready for a morning game against the Humboldt Eagles in the Coach K Classic. It's day 2 of tournament action down here in Medford, as the Docs, coming off of a 4-2 win yesterday over Fairfield. They will now look to try and move to 2-0 in the tournament with a win over Humboldt. Yesterday, the Docs got revenge for an earlier loss this season against Fairfield. They'll try to do it again today against Humboldt. Humboldt beating the Docs earlier this week, 16-15 in a game back at Bill Gray Legion Stadium at Champion Car Wash Field. So these two teams meeting for a second time this season and meeting for the second time in just a few days as they get ready to square off in the first game from the day here at North Medford High School. Joey Keyran here with you. We've got plenty to cover here in our Roseburg Disposal pregame show, so we'll make this a quick opening segment. Want to remind you today's game streaming live online at 541radio.com, thanks to sponsorship from the Cow Creek Tribe. When we come back, we talk with head coach Jeremiah Robbins after this 2-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to, by hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations, top of the hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Back here with more of our Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run to the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. Day 2 of the Coach K Classic here in Medford. Today, the Docs get the early draw. They'll take on the Humboldt Eagles, and we get to talk with head coach Jeremiah Robbins here as we make our way towards first pitch. Coach, congratulations. A big win yesterday for you guys against a quality Fairfield team that you guys saw earlier in the season. And, we finally saw some of that clutch hitting you've been looking for, plus a great performance out of Evan. What'd you think about the way you guys played yesterday?
Oh, I thought it was good. Great compete from our guys. Corbs doing what he did on the mound was awesome. And then a huge at-bat by Seabass at the end there. There's a lot more to that at-bat, too. I don't know if people saw. So he was 0-2 in that at-bat. He took a pitch on the straight steal to get the runners at second and third, and just a great teammate at-bat right there. So we're starting to show signs of a team that could make a run here late in our season. We still got a long way to go, but overall beating a team that kind of had their way with us the last time, that was good.
And not to mention, the fact that Braxton Dill led off that inning with a huge double for you guys in a day where hits were at a premium for you. Guys coming through in the clutch. I mean, did you see a different mentality from them that led to the success at a late point in that game where the pressure was on?
Well, I think from pitch one, we were pretty relaxed in the dugout, and played a little bit more relaxed. Obviously, when you play too relaxed, you'll give up some at-bats, which we did. But they just got to find their identity a little bit of what kind of team they're going to be and what kind of emotion is going to lead to their best success. So some guys need to play a little bit higher. Some guys need to calm down a little bit. But that will play out as we get more games under our belt.
Evan Corbin, you mentioned, really great performance out of him. Gave up a couple early, but then settled in and looked really sharp out there. He's, gotten out to a great start for you guys. Obviously, that's the Evan you were hoping to see, but is it something you expect that he'll be able to continue throughout the rest of this season?
Well, I think if he stays healthy, takes care of the arm, that'll be the big piece. But the other piece, he's commanding a breaking ball, and, that's something that will lead to a lot of success for him. His fastball's okay, but being able to pitch off of that with the off speed, we got to work on the changeup a little bit more. That's a work in progress as well, where he can become a true three-pitch guy by the end of this, and that's a pretty lethal weapon. So he's doing a heck of a job for us competing.
So once again, it'll be another repeat opponent for you guys here today. You take on Humboldt. In fact, everybody in your pool you've already seen once this season. Taking on Humboldt here a second time, did you learn anything about these guys that you take into today's game?
Well, I think they're a quality opponent. They got a bunch of returning 19-year-olds that are been to the college level a little bit. So we got our work cut out for us. We got to play clean baseball, something we didn't do the last time we played them. And, kind of focus on us. When you start matching up against teams you've already played, sometimes you start playing the opponent. We got to avoid that today. Just play good, clean baseball, Doc Stewart's baseball, and see what happens.
All right, Coach. Best of luck to you guys out there today.
All right, Joey. Thank you.
That is head coach Jeremiah Robbins joining us here in the pregame show as we get ready to go on a sunny day in Medford. But we get the early draw, which means we will avoid some of the warmer temperatures that are expected here today. We won't get so lucky coming up the rest of the weekend playing in the afternoon and evening here in Medford, where temperatures are expected to hit triple digits here coming up. Today, expecting a high of 91, but here in the morning, we're not expected to get above the mid-70s before we wrap up this one here today. We'll take our 2-minute break and then come back with your starting lineups brought to you by Cooper's Pest Control. This is Doc's Baseball on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My name's Chris. 2016, I got lymphoma stage 3 cancer and went through radiation for 6 months. I was exhausted all the time, and that's when I found One Peak Medical. My family life got better because I was more attentive and more energy. Because of One Peak Medical, I'm back doing everything I love to do.
Hormone balancing can help with fatigue, anxiety, pain, and much more. Call or book online today at onepeakmedical.com.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Well, the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts will take the field. They are your designated home team for today's matchup, and they will head out with Dominic Tatone, the lefty, on the mound to face off against this Humboldt team. Let's go ahead and check in with your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineups as we bring you Doc Stewart's baseball here this morning. Cooper's Pest Control, when you're looking to build the best defense, call Cooper's Pest Control to protect your home from those summer bugs. Cooper's Pest Control, your locally owned bug assassins. Call them at 673-0363. Leading things off will be Jared Dixon, the shortstop, followed by the center fielder Daniel Osborne. Vincent Agliolo, the pitcher, will bat third, followed by Cole Ayala, the third baseman. Parker Rogers in right field will bat in the 5 spot, followed by second baseman Matt Letter. The catcher Ryan Lamori batting 7th. Jaron Ford, the first baseman, will hit 8th. And rounding out the starting 9 will be Reagan Nyberg, the left fielder. There is no DH being utilized by head coach Matt Tomlin and the Humboldt Eagles, who come in at 10-4 on the season. Humboldt coming off of a win yesterday in their first game here in the tourney. Taking a look at that real quick here. Humboldt yesterday winning 7-6 over Klamath Falls. They had a 7th inning rally in that matchup. Yesterday, Humboldt scored 5 runs in the bottom of the 7th to win 7-6 over K Falls. Doc Stewart's had the 4-2 win over Fairfield yesterday. They scored 2 runs in the top of the 7th to break a 2-2 tie and get that victory. Taking a look around the diamond behind Dominic Titone, you've got Knox Hubbard behind the plate. Out at first base, Daniel Withers. At second base, Sebastian Watson. Chase Johnson at third, Cade Johnson at short. And in the outfield from left to right, Eli Jacobs, Carson Dunn, and Braxton Dill. That is a look at today's Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup for your Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. Dominic Titone on the mound, getting ready to get things started for the Docs here tonight. Actually, I should say this morning. He works in the first pitch for strike 1. Dominic, the lefty, graduate of Roseburg High School, headed to UCC coming up next fall. The 0-1 pitch to the leadoff man. Check swing fouled away for Jared Dixon. Dominic Titone making his 3rd start of the season. He's pitched 11 innings. He's got a 1-0 record, a 0.00 ERA, 18 strikeouts, just 4 walks allowed this year. The 0-2 pitch, strike 3 called. He sits down, the leadoff man. Jared Dixon goes down looking, and that will start things off here in today's ball game. It is a One Peak Medical strikeout for Dominic Titone. All strikeouts by Doc's pitchers are brought to you by One Peak Medical. Visit onepeakmedical.com to book an appointment today. They're accepting new patients, and they are covered by most insurances. The lefty, Dominic Titone, peppering the strike zone to start. He'll hit the inside corner against the right-handed batter, Daniel Osborne. Osborne from Fortuna High School swings and misses at a pitch down low for strike 2. So the 0-2 pitch here for Dominic Titone against Daniel Osborne. Gets him to swing and miss, but that ball gets away from Knox Hubbard. He'll get to it, but will not have a chance to get it to first base in time. So Osborne strikes out. It's the 2nd strikeout for Dominic Titone here in the 1st inning. But the pass ball gets to the fence, and that allows the runner to get on base. So a drop 3rd strike will give us 1 runner on with 1 out, and Vincent Agliolo, the pitcher, will get a chance to step in and try and help his own cause. First pitch from Titone. That one fouled away, strike 1. Oh, 1 count. So far, Dominic Titone firing only strikes. There's another one. It cuts in. His breaking ball has been moving really well. An 0-2 count for Agliolo. Dom, obviously a great start to his summer. In 3 starts, picking up 1 win, in 2 starts so far, picking up 1 win. As the runner goes around, strike 3. And the runner at first will get to second base on the ball in the dirt, read it cleanly. That'll be a stolen base for Osborne at the plate. Agliolo, a check swing, went around. That is 3 strikeouts here in the 1st inning for Dominic Titone, but there are only 2 outs as a runner is out at second base. The runner at second reaching on a drop third strike. That's Daniel Osborne. At the plate, the cleanup man, Ayala, will hit a slow roller towards short. Cade Johnson throws it away, and a run's going to score here in the first inning for Humboldt. So that'll be an error as Cole Ayala gets on base. First error here in the ball game for the Docs. Daniel Osborne will score. So despite not giving up a hit, striking out 3 here in the first inning, the Doc Stewarts are trailing 1-0. That's a really odd way to start out a ball game here today. So 2 down with a runner at first. The hitter squares to bunt behind the plate. Knox Hubbard could not handle it. So a stolen base for Ayala, excuse me. So he gets to second base into scoring position. And the Eagles out to a at least positive start for them as they strike in for Titone, a 1-1 count against Parker Rogers, the right fielder. It's a positive start for the Eagles in the fact that they do take a lead, but they at the plate they've not been the most successful. Another pitch in the dirt. Throw down to second base. Won't be in time. 2-1 count for Rogers. One 1-0 lead for Humboldt in the top of the first inning. 2 down. Parker Rogers with a 2-1 count. Dahm checking second. Watson was holding him on, returns to second base. Titone misses high with his breaking ball. Gives a 3-1 count to Rogers with Ayala out at second. Three balls, 1 strike to Parker Rogers. Ground ball left side, gets into left field. Eli Jacobs with it. The runner heading to the plate. The throw offline up to second base will go Parker Rogers. And it's a 2-0 lead for Humboldt. First hit of the ball game for the Eagles. Stolen base getting Ayala into scoring position, and he comes around to score on the base knock. 2-0 Humboldt in front with 2 outs here in the top of the first. And you really couldn't ask for, I don't know about a worse start or not, because could be a lot worse. They could have no outs in this first inning, but Doc should have been out of this inning without giving up a run, and 3 straight strikeouts by Dominic Titone, and unfortunately, Humboldt has managed to manufacture 2 runs here in the first. A pitch high, ball 1 to Matt Letter, the second baseman. A 1-0 pitch from Titone. Foul tipped in and out of the glove for Knox Hubbard. 1-1 count. Knox has been working back there so far this morning. Dominic Titone is a guy that throws a lot of breaking balls, utilizes the pitch in the dirt, and so that definitely making Hubbard work back there, but the two are very familiar with each other. It's a ball hit well out towards left field. Eli Jacobs on the run. That ball's over his head. It 1 hops to the warning track, and Matt Letter's going to head for second. He's racing. He'll hold that second base. A run scores. It's 3-0 Humboldt. Matt Letter gets a hold of one out to left field. Eli Jacobs chasing that one down over his head from the start. He would have had to have rockets on his heels to get to that one. So it's now a 3-0 lead here in the first inning for the Humboldt Eagles. First pitch, strike 1 to Rylan Lamori. Docs will have to get the offense going. They fell behind 2-0 yesterday in the second inning and came back to win, so not out of the question. Is a breaking ball in for a strike. Dominic Titone throwing really well here in this first inning, but maybe after a little bit of frustrations or having to go longer than he wanted to here in this first inning, he's left a couple of pitches over the plate, and Humboldt, a good hitting team, has taken advantage. The 0-2 pitch. Misses low and inside. Going to throw down to second base, and it goes into center field. The back pick does not work out in the Docs' favor. Up to third will go Matt Letter. So now a runner 90 feet from home, a 1-2 count for Lamori at the plate. The Doc Stewarts shooting themselves in the foot here early on. Tatone trying to wrap it up here. A 1-2 pitch for Lamori. He'll pop this one up. It's on the infield. Charging in, the shortstop, Cade Johnson, is there to make the catch. So the Humboldt Eagles send 8 hitters to the plate. Sorry, make that 7 hitters to the plate. They will score 3 runs here in the first inning. It comes in on 2 hits and 2 errors for the Doc Stewarts. We'll go to the bottom of the first. We'll take a look at the Docs batting lineup and the defense for the Eagles on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Head to the bottom of the first inning. Docs trail 3-0. Let's take a look at your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup for head coach Jeremiah Robbins. Cade Johnson, the shortstop, leads things off, followed by Sebastian Watson, the second baseman. Jace Johnson, the third baseman, batting third, followed by cleanup hitter Daniel Withers at first base. Evan Corbin, the DH, will bat fifth, batting for the starting pitcher Dominic Tatone. Knox Hubbard, the catcher, will bat fifth. Make that sixth. Eli Jacobs, the left fielder, batting seventh. Braxton Dill in right field will bat eighth, and the center fielder Carson Dunn will wrap up your starting 9 for the Stewies. On the mound, it's right-hander Vincent Agliolo that'll get the start for Humboldt. Behind the plate, Rylan Lamori. Out at first base is Jaron Ford. At second base will be Matt Letter. At third base, Cole Ayala. I'm going to struggle with that last name all day, I guess. At shortstop, Jared Dixon. In the outfield from left to right, Reagan Nyberg, Daniel Osborne, and Parker Rogers. That is a look at your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup. Again, Cooper's Pest Control, they can help you protect your home from those summer bugs. Give them a call at 673-0363. Cade Johnson, he walked 3 times yesterday in the game against Fairfield. He stands in and takes the first pitch, ball 1, as we are underway in the bottom of the first. Docs trailing 3-0 after some self-inflicted miscues in the top of the first. Strike across at the knees from Agliolo. Agliolo, again, the right-handed starting pitcher from Arcata High School, an all-league selection this year. Is 1-1. Johnson, a check swing for strike 2. A 1-1. Hard hit ball towards shortstop. It's a short hop for Dixon. He knocked it down, stayed with it, but will not get the ball to first in time. Cade Johnson will get on safely. Start things here in the first inning. So the Docs will get a runner on. And now the question, without any support in the press box, because I made the press box myself and I'm the only one media person type here. Hit or an error? That ball hard hit right at the shortstop. I'm going to give Cade Johnson a hit. What the heck? So he has our first hit of the ball game for the Doc Stewarts. It's a strike taken by Sebastian Watson. He'll have the first hit of the game for the Doc Stewarts, which is always brought to you by MSK True Value. Making sure you don't swing and miss with your next project, head to MSK True Value and Building Supply, located in Myrtle Creek in Tri-City. High and inside, a 1-1 count for Sebastian Watson, who had the big game-winning hit yesterday. Drove in 2 runs with 2 outs in the top of the 7th inning to give the Docs a 4-2 lead, and they would hang on to that to beat Fairfield. Watson pops this one up. Behind home could be playable. Nope, just over the fence. Just barely for strike 2. So it is a 1-2 count for Sebastian Watson. Agliolo on the mound with Cade Johnson at first. Breaking ball, strike 3. That hit the inside corner. Nice pitch there by Agliolo. Watson watches it go by. And there's one away. That'll bring up Jace Johnson, the third baseman. Looking to get this season going. He has struggled a bit at the plate this year. Jace coming into this one. Currently batting 120 on the year. He takes first pitch, strike 1. The 0-1 pitch here for Agliolo. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Oh-2 pitch for Johnson. Swung on and missed. Chases the high heat. Couldn't catch up to it. 2 away. The Doc Stewarts had 3 strikeouts from Dominic Stone in the top of the first inning, and still somehow the Humboldt Eagles managed to score 3 runs. So with 2 outs here, it's never over as Cade Johnson at first base takes a big lead. Back to the bag as the pitch high and inside to Daniel Withers. One-0 pitch for Withers, who had 2 hits yesterday. Johnson was running on the pitch. He'll have to head back to first as the ball fouled into the netting. One-one pitch here for Agliolo with 2 outs. Breaking ball. Withers gets behind one. Out to center field. Fly ball right to Osborne in center field, and that finishes off things in the bottom of the first. So the Doc Stewarts unable to do anything in the first inning to combat the 3 runs they give up in the top. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We'll go to the top of the second on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Off the top of the second for the Eagles is the first baseman, Jaron Ford.
Top of the second inning, a 3-0 ball game in favor of the Humboldt Eagles. Joey Kieran here with you from Jim Maccabee Field in Medford. First pitch to the 8-hitter Jaron Ford is fouled back behind home for strike 1. 8-9 one-hitters due up after Humboldt had quite the first inning. Another foul ball for Ford. He finds himself down 0-2 against Dominic Titone. Titone struck out the first 3 batters, but a drop third strike got a runner on base and kept the inning going a little longer. Then a throwing error, then a single, double, and The Eagles able to put 3 runs on the board. Strike 3 called. Jaron Ford goes down looking. That's the 4th strikeout already through an inning and a third for Dominic Titone. And he is just racking those up. It's another One Peak Medical strikeout for Dom Titone, the graduate of Roseburg High School, starting out strong. He'll face a 9-hitter Reagan Nyberg with nobody on and 1 out. Nyberg hits a 1-hopper through the left side of the infield out to Eli Jacobs in left field. 3rd hit of the ball game for the Eagles, and they have a runner on with 1 out. Top of the order here, Jared Dixon will stand in. Last time up, Jared Dixon struck out looking. He squares to bunt, pops it straight up. Should be playable for Knox Hubbard. The catcher does make the play behind home. Tracked it down. I got worried he didn't get rid of the helmet clean enough. Kind of was rolling right around his feet and almost looked like he was going to get tripped up with it. But he stays clear of it. That's always the fear for a catcher, is that you throw down your helmet and your mask and you end up tripping over it while you try to track down a ball in foul territory. But Knox did a good job of staying clear of that. First pitch to Daniel Osborne. Takes outside for ball 1 with 2 outs. Osborne struck out swinging in the first, but the ball got all the way to the backstop. Deeper backstop here at Jim McAbee Field. And so Knox Hubbard trying to chase it down, just didn't have enough time to get the ball to first to get the out. Runner going on the 1-0. That ball popped up. First base, fighting the sun. Daniel Withers wins the battle. The first baseman makes the play to finish the top of the 2nd inning. And that was more like it for Dominic Titone. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and a 1 runner left on base. Go to the bottom of the 2nd, still 3-0. Humboldt in front on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Back for the bottom of the 2nd inning. Docs trail 3-0 against the Humboldt Eagles. Day 2 of the Coach K Classic here in Medford. For the Doc Stewarts, it'll be Evan Corbin, Knox Hubbard, and Eli Jacobs here in the 2nd inning. Sun is starting to make its way a little bit more overhead, which is starting to get the temperatures rising here. It was in the 60s when I arrived. Still looking in the mid-60s, but it's comfortable right now. And if you're in the sun, you're feeling those rays hitting down on you, warming you up, getting you going with a coffee in hand. Maybe just had some breakfast, ready to go here in this morning game for the Doc Stewarts. It is Evan Corbin DHing today for the Doc Stewarts. Takes the pitch outside from Vincent Agliolo. Evan yesterday, a complete game victory on the mound for the Doc Stewarts against Fairfield. He allowed 2 runs on 7 hits, had 3 strikeouts and 2 walks in that win. He finished really strong after giving up the 2 runs in the 2nd inning. He was real strong after that, and finished out great with the final inning there. Gave up a leadoff single, but then got 3 straight pop-outs to finish off the victory. 1-1 pitch, fouls off another breaking ball for strike 2. Corbin been in the DH spot quite a bit this year. He's batting .207, though, trying to get the swing going for him. Field, that will do it. A leadoff single for Evan Corbin here in the 2nd. And the Docs will have the leadoff man on base for a 2nd consecutive frame. Corbin going left field against Agliolo. Looked like maybe a changeup that he had there, and Corbin able to get out in front of it, pull it to left field. Nice line drive shot over the infielders and just in front of Rylan Nyberg out in left. One on and nobody out. Knox Hubbard will bat. The catcher will take low and outside for ball one. Thought that he would have a possibility to try and bunt there, but he does not show a bunt. We'll have a 1-0 count. A 1-0 pitch here for Agliolo. Foul ball, left side. Strike one for Knox Hubbard. Doc Stewart's Baseball of the Day is brought to you by our friends at B&D Meats down in Winston. Check them out for something to throw on the grill this weekend if you're out having a good time. Got 4th of July coming up. You might want to get prepared for that as well. Be a good time to stop by B&D Meats in Winston. The 1-1 pitch, high and away to Knox Hubbard. 2 balls and a strike to the Doc Stewart's catcher. For Hubbard this season, Knox batting .261. Has 5 RBIs, a pickoff throw to first, not in time to get Evan Corbin. 5 RBI this season for Knox Hubbard. He's in a spot where hopefully he can move Evan Corbin around the bases here. The 2-1 pitch for Agliolo. Swung on and missed by Knox Hubbard. Two balls, 2 strikes with nobody out. Bottom of the second inning, 3-0 lead for Humboldt here on our morning affair. Corbin with a moderate lead at first. The throw in by Agliolo high and away to the left-handed hitting Knox Hubbard. Knox also a Roseburg graduate. The lineup today featuring 3 Roseburg graduates in it. Actually, make it 4 if you count Dominic Tatone, who's not batting but is pitching. The full count pitch in the dirt. Knox Hubbard draws a walk. That is a statistic he is fairly good at. Evan Corbin will move to second. Knox Hubbard on at first. Courtesy runner will come on. That is Justin Jenks. From South Umpqua, Jenks will head out there to run. For Knox Hubbard this season, that is the 8th walk that he has drawn. Ties him for second most on the team. First pitch now to Eli Jacobs. He wanted to bunt. That ball rode in on him and couldn't quite get the bat out of the way in time. Fouls it back to the backstop for strike one. Eli Jacobs. Trying to remember if that was against Humboldt. Let's see here. Yeah, against Humboldt the last time, Eli Jacobs started out the game 4 for 4 with 4 singles. Squares to bunt again, pops that one foul down the first base side for strike 2. So Jacobs had a 4 for 4 day going. It was a 9-inning ball game. He ended up with 6 at-bats in that one. He reached twice on errors by the shortstop in that game. And so he was on base all 6 times and went 4 for 6 total in that contest. Not too shabby there for Eli. He's got an 0-2 pitch here. He swings through it. The 2 errors by the shortstops that got him on in his final 2 at-bats in that game was Vincent Agliolo. He is now the pitcher, and maybe he took out some frustrations there as he powers one by Eli Jacobs for the strikeout. 3rd strikeout of the game for Agliolo, and he's got 1 out so far here in the second inning. Runners at first and second with 1 away. Braxton Dill will bat. He takes low and outside for ball 1. Braxton Dill had the leadoff double in the 7th inning yesterday. He ended up being the go-ahead run to score. Also, another run came in behind him as the Docs took that 2-run lead yesterday in the 7th inning against Fairfield to come away with the win. Strike at the knees for a 1-1 count to Braxton Dill. Braxton hitting .313 on the year. Breaking ball, foul down the third base side, strike 2. Docs baseball on the score this season is presented by Tim's Appliance and Mattress at the corner of Lane and South Stevens in Roseburg. 0% financing is always available. Back in the box for a 1-2 pitch to Braxton Dill. Takes high, lays off. They shade Braxton towards right field a bit as the center fielder Osborne playing that direction. The 2-2 pitch. Ground ball left side. Finds the gap at short. They're going to wave around. Evan Corbin heading to the plate. The throw will not get there in time. The other runners behind. Evan Corbin move up as well. So Corbin scores from second on the single by Braxton Dill. So Dill ends up at second base on his grounder to left field after the throw to the plate. Evan Corbin scores from second. Going first to third is Justin Jenks, who was running for Knox Hubbard. Docs get on the board with one out in the second inning. It'll be Carson Dunn to bat. And not a great sign here. Justin Jenks slow to get up after sliding in at third. Coach Tim Sestero over there, he's the third base coach. He's talking with Jenks. So is Coach Jeremiah Robbins, who came out of the dugout to make sure his player is okay. I was going to say he's gotten too used to sliding on the turf at Champion Car Wash Field, but Jenks played at South Umpqua High School. They've got a natural turf field there during the spring, so he's used to sliding on real dirt. Carson Dunn will bat, the 9-hitter. Hits with runners at second and third and just one out. He'll take high for ball one. First baseman playing in on the grass. The third baseman playing in a bit as well with runners at second and third and just one out. Dunn is a guy that is possible to bunt in this situation, but he doesn't there. He hits a grounder foul down the third base side. Docs have utilized the safety squeeze before. I think I said that in yesterday's game, and could have expected that maybe they might look at doing it again here today. So Braxton Dill yesterday had that big double. Today he gets a single to drive in the first run of the game for the Docs. He's at second. Justin Jenks at third. The 1-1 to Carson Dunn is high up near the eyeballs for a 2-1 count. Both these teams 1-0 so far in the Coach K Classic. The 2-1 to Dunn. Oh, excuse me, 3-1. No. Dunn took off early. He doesn't realize that's just a 3-1 count. I thought I had messed it up, but for once I was actually right. So Carson Dunn back to the plate with a 3-1 pitch coming up. Humboldt today, they're playing a doubleheader here at North Medford High School. They play the first one here against Roseburg. They'll play coming up at noon against Las Vegas. This is the only game of the day for the Docs. They'll play 2 tomorrow. 3-1 pitch. Dunn fouls that one away. And Carson Dunn with a full count coming up. Might have been able to hear Coach Tim Sestero yelling from third, do a job. A sac fly would do the trick to bring in another run for the Docs here. 3-2 pitch for Carson Dunn. Breaking ball. Misses high for ball 4. That was a close pitch. Agliolo. He reacted as if in his head he's telling himself that had to be strike 3. But unfortunately the umpire did not agree. So the bases are loaded with one away. Top of the order here. Cade Johnson had the first hit of the game for the Docs. A single, left stranded at first in that first inning. He'll step in to bat here. Takes high and away. Ball 1. Yesterday, 3 walks on the day for Cade Johnson. A walk here would bring in a run. 1-0 pitch. That behind the batter. Ducking out of the way. Kind of more leaning out of the way for Cade Johnson. Drop the bat wisely. Make sure that that didn't get struck. Hitting .375 on the season is Cade Johnson. He's got 6 walks this year. He's got 6 RBI as well, so a chance to add to that total. A 2-1 count now after a strike on a breaking ball. A double and a triple on the season for Cade Johnson, looking for a base hit here of any kind. The 2-1 pitch, low and outside, 3 balls, 1 strike, the count. Well, I said looking for a base hit of any kind. Looking at now with a 3-1 count, a walk would be just as good as a hit. The 3-1 pitch from Agliolo. Misses for ball 4, and that'll bring in a run for the Docs. RBI walk for Cade Johnson. Scoring was Justin Jinks, who was running as the courtesy runner for the catcher, Knox Hubbard. Braxton Dill to third, Carson Dunn to second. Great speed on the bases. As Sebastian Watson will get a chance to bat and see if he can possibly tie this ball game up or give the Docs a lead as they trail 3-2. Visit out to the mound for Coach Matt Tomlin here in the bottom of the second of today's ball game. Joey Keyran with you here from Jim Maccabee Field in Medford at North Medford High School. There is an arm warming up in the bullpen for the Eagles. That is Xander Sorensen. Real quick, want to remind you today's game is sponsored by Roseburg Honda. Buying a car can be a hassle, but at Roseburg Honda it's different. Customer satisfaction is their highest priority. Visit Roseburg Honda where they treat you like family because they are family. Jim Maccabee Field, you might see it from time to time. I don't know if the camera catches them in the distance, but airplanes flying over. We are near the Medford International Airport. I think it's the Rogue International Airport. But we are nearby that. We are in the flight path. We've had plenty of planes flying overhead already. All natural playing surface, grass and dirt here at Jim Maccabee Field. 380 to center field, 331 down the right field side, 344 down the left field side. Sebastian Watson goes left side, but that ball fouled away out in front of the pitch by Agliolo. 0-1 count for Sebastian. Home of the North Medford Black Tornado here. Breaking ball ends up low and outside. Can't induce the hitter to chase after it. Roseburg High School, the big school in Roseburg and in Douglas County, facing North Medford during the high school season. So they've played here a few times. Watson gets underneath one, could drive in a run as he lifts it out to left field. The left fielder fighting the sun does make the catch. Nyberg out there. Runners tagging and advancing, heading for second. The throw goes there, and Cade Johnson will get in safely. Sack fly for Sebastian Watson will tie the game. And that was an adventure out there for Nyberg, battling the sun. Threw his hand up there to help block the sun at the last second. I got worried he was going to miss that, but he makes the catch. The runners all tag in advance. Dill scored from third. Dunn tags and goes from second to third, and Johnson, Cade, goes from first to second. That'll bring up Jace Johnson to bat with 2 outs and 2 in scoring position. He takes the first pitch in the dirt. A 1-0 count to start out for Jace Johnson, who struck out swinging back in the first inning. 1-0 delivery for Vincent Agliolo, who has now given up the lead. Strike taken by Johnson. That'll give Dominic Titone a little bit of confidence going back out there after a strong start to the game. Got touched up for those 3 runs in the first inning. The 1-1 pitch from Agliolo is swung on and missed by Johnson for strike 2. Those 3 runs by Humboldt in the first inning, more self-inflicted wounds by the Docs than it was necessarily the success for Humboldt. They did obviously had a couple of hits in that first frame, but the Docs definitely helped them out. 1-2 pitch here for Jace. Takes strike 3 on the outside corner. He goes down looking. It has been a tough couple of games for Jace Johnson as of late. The the junior from South Umpqua High School, be a senior next year, strikes out to finish things off here in the second. Doc Stewart, though, sent 8 hitters to the plate, and they scored 3 runs to tie this one up. We'll go to the top of the third on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I don't think you realize how much energy you've lost until you start the hormone replacement process.
Our energy really started to wane. We were both gaining weight. My sleep pattern got really messed up.
One Peak Medical changed our lives individually and as a couple.
We're just a lot happier because we feel better. We're not tired and run down, and it just makes our lives easier and happier.
Hormone balancing can help with fatigue, anxiety, pain, and much more. Call or book online today at onepeakmedical.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Three ball game heading to the top of the third inning. Vincent Agliolo at the plate against Dominic Titone. First pitch, a breaking ball just low on the outside corner for a 1-0 count. Docs baseball here on The Score today, brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. Strike one taken by Agliolo, who was 0 for 1 in the game with a strikeout in the first. The 1-1 pitch to him outside from Dominic Titone, who now has refreshed life in this game after giving up the 3 runs. 3 runs on 2 hits and 2 errors in that first inning for the Docs that they allowed. Hard hit ball at the shortstop. One hop for Cade Johnson. Long throw, but beats out the runner with plenty of time. From deep in the hole, Cade Johnson retires Vincent Agliolo. Had to back up on the line drive at him. It was kind of in between. If he had been able to quick first step and charge in at him, might have caught it at the knees or shoe tops. But he stepped back, took it on the one hop, backhanded, and then throw from his feet in the outfield grass. Cade Johnson getting the first out. Cole Ayala, I think that's what it is, Ayala. I got to pick one pronunciation and stick with it. He takes a strike to start off the at-bat. The 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Got him with a breaking ball, fooled him. Ayala out in front of that one, waving at it. It's an 0-2 count. Strike 3, hits on the inside corner. The breaking ball into the lefty. That one slicing through the inside of the zone for strike 3. Another One Peak Medical strikeout for Dominic Titone. It brings up Parker Rogers with 2 away and nobody on here in the top of the third inning. Strikeout number 5 for Dom. 2 down. Nobody on. Parker Rogers takes the first pitch down the middle for strike 1. I looked away for a moment. The hitter tried to call time, and then the pitch came in. There is a strike, so an 0-2 count. So that last pitch second pitch didn't count for Titone, but he gets the 0-2 pitch. Now a swing and a miss on a ball in the dirt. Swung and struck out. And the hitter not happy with the home plate umpire. I don't know if he had a word or just a look, but the umpire, I think, told him, just, you're out, head back to the dugout. And Rogers wisely keeps walking back to the dugout. Otherwise, he might have found himself sitting in the dugout for the rest of the day or back in the van or something. So there is the end of the top of the third inning. Doc Stewart's and the Humboldt Eagles tied at 3. We go to the bottom of the third on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe, and a giving people.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to. By hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations, top of the hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Welcome you back to Medford for the bottom of the third inning. Leading things off for the Doc Stewarts is Daniel Withers, who steps in 0 for 1 on the day. First pitch got by the catcher, a 1-0 pitch here for Vincent Agliolo, still throwing for Humboldt. The ball fouled down the third base side. We did see Xander Sorensen throwing in the bullpen for the Eagles. But right now it is Agliolo out there throwing for Humboldt. 3-3 ball game now. Daniel Withers takes low and outside, a 2-1 count. Doc's trying to go to 2-0 in the tourney. They played in the tournament championship game of their own tournament, the Father's Day tourney that they played back at home at Champion Car Wash Field last week. Trying to make their way to the tournament championship game here in the Coach K Classic as they pitch over the plate below, a 3-1 count. 3-1 pitch coming up for Withers, the youngster from Umpqua Valley Christian School. Ooh. Takes that off the wrist and will head down to first base. That ball rode inside, so instead of ball 4, he gets hit by a pitch. The hitter earning it the hard way. The free pass down to first. 1 on with nobody out. Withers kind of took that off the wrist, right around the wrist area on his forearm, on his left hand. So not his throwing hand, but, you know, that wrist area important for a baseball player. Got to make sure that's feeling good and flexible. Evan Corbin will bat. He had a single in the second inning, started things off in the second, and eventually came around to score the first run of the game for the Docs. He fouls off the first pitch. Agliolo set, working out of his stretch with a runner at first. Ground ball left side, gets through. That's 2 for 2 now for Evan Corbin. Withers up to second base. Will stop there. And the Doc Stewarts with runners at first and second and nobody out in the third inning. So 2 hits today for Evan Corbin. DH coming through after his strong performance yesterday on the mound. Didn't hit yesterday. Gets a chance to swing today, and he's making the most of it. Knox Hubbard will bat. He walked in the second inning. Looking to try and see if he can give the Docs a lead or move 2 runners into scoring position possibly. With nobody out, he squared to bunt and fouls it away. Doc Stewart's baseball here on the score this morning from the Coach K Classic in Medford. I know that people might be tuning in for the Jim Rome show you might normally hear on the radio in the morning, but we got the morning time slot for the Docs today, so here we are. The 0-1 pitch to Hubbard. Squares to bunt. He takes high. A 1-1 count. You know, the timing, I think, is unfortunate. I believe Jim Rome today is holding the smack off, which is, I know, it's kind of must-see programming for a lot of Jim Rome fans. So I know I apologize that we don't have Jim Rome on the radio today. It's a 1-1 pitch. Taking low, knocks Hubbard, a 2-1 count. I know that the smack-off is big for a lot of big radio fans out there. So I will tell you this, if you tune in for today's ball game and you were looking for Jim Rome, you can find him on the CBS Sports app. You can listen to CBS Sports Radio through their CBS Sports app, and you can find the smack-off there. Squaring to bunt again, Hubbard will foul that ball off. That'll be strike 2. 2-2 count. Seems like every year the smack-off rolls around and we end up having some sort of programming conflict. Not every year, but it seems like it's happened more than just today. And I know it's a big program. They wouldn't keep doing the smack-off if it wasn't a hit. 2-2 pitch here. That ball is high for Magliolo, a 3-2 count. Full count for Knox, who will look to try and find a way on base for a second time in the ball game. The 3-2 pitch from Agliolo, high for ball 4. Bases loaded with nobody out. In the bottom of the third, Doc's a chance to try and gain a lead. Justin Jenks will come in again to run for Knox Hubbard at first base. Bases loaded, nobody out for Agliolo. This is his fourth, fourth walk issued so far in the ball game. He's also hit a batter as well. Eli Jacobs bats. He struck out swinging in his first at-bat. He'll take a curveball for strike 1. That ball right over the heart of the plate. Kind of one of those 12-6 curveballs. That ball, a lot of sink to it. Jacobs just watched it go by. The 0-1 pitch coming up for him. Takes high on the fastball. Temperatures in the mid-60s to start today. Just over the 65-degree mark now. Full. Bases are full right now for the Docs with nobody out. A 1-1 pitch to Eli Jacobs. Breaking ball again, this time hitting the upper part of the zone. A 1-2 count as Jacobs takes it for strike 2. Now looking to protect the zone and see if he can put the ball in play. As Coach Tim Sester has been heard saying, do a job here. Chance to take the lead. That ball gets in for a base hit. Jacobs will drive in 1. They're sending around a second runner, and the Docs will have a 2-run lead. Withers scores, Corbin scores, and the Docs are on top 5-3 over Humboldt. A 2-run single for Eli Jacobs. Soft liner just out of the reach of the second baseman, Matt Letter, who tried to get up as high as he could, but that ball just above his outstretched glove. Corbin scores from second. Scoring from third was Withers. And Justin Jenks running for Knox Hubbard is at second base. 2 runs in for the Docs. They lead 5-3. Squaring to bunt. This one popped past the mound, charging in the third baseman, throws to first. Not in time. Braxton Dill on with a bunt single. He's got 2 hits in the game. Bases loaded again. Jenks at third, Jacobs at second, and now Dill at first. The Doc Stewarts with 3 hits here in the third inning, 6 hits total in the ball game. First pitch to Carson Dunn, who drew a walk in the second inning. Takes low and outside, ball 1. Again, an arm throwing in the bullpen. That is Sorensen for Humboldt. Bases loaded again. Second time here in the third inning. The Docs have had them loaded. 1-0 to Dunn. Breaking ball hits the outside corner. Strike 1. The American flag, I was looking for it. Couldn't remember where they had it here in North Medford. It's out beyond the scoreboard in left field. It's not really blowing right now, so pretty calm conditions today. Outside on the breaking ball, 2-1 pitch coming up for Carson Dunn. Maybe just a slight breeze helping people stay cool. Already shorts and t-shirts on for pretty much everybody. No one is going to get hot this afternoon, but already pretty comfortable this morning. 2-1 pitch. Hard hit ball off the glove for the third baseman and out into left field for Nyberg. A single for Carson Dunn on a laser at third base. Cole Ayala stuck the glove up there trying to stab that out of the air, but it was just reaction time is all he had. No chance to try and really do more than just let instincts take over. And unfortunately, just didn't have the glove in the right spot for him. RBI single for Carson Dunn. Justin Jenks scored for Knox Hubbard, courtesy runner there. Eli Jacobs the third, Braxton Dill at second, Carson Dunn on at first. Now it is 6-3 for the Docs. Foul ball right side, heading out of play. 0-2 count here for the leadoff man, Cade Johnson. So it has gotten tough after a pretty seamless first inning for Vincent Agliolo, who gave up a leadoff hit but then got the next three batters. Things have gotten tough for him since then. He misses high and away on the 0-2 pitch. That is a little louder than the normal airplanes. That's a fighter jet coming in to the airport here in Medford. Got Top Gun going on, apparently. Where there's one, there's usually more, so we'll keep an eye on that. Breaking ball just misses high for Agliolo. We usually get those down in Klamath Falls when we're down there for games. Yeah, here comes another one in. The pattern is clear, Ghost Rider. A 2-2 pitch here for Johnson, fouled away. As you can tell, I just went and watched Top Gun not that long ago. It's a good movie. I would suggest it. Getting a flyover today. Man, those things are loud. The 2-2 pitch here for Vincent Agliolo. Johnson pops it up. Bases are loaded, nobody out. This one into shallow right field. The second baseman makes the catch. Will throw it in. Runners will all hold. That ball not quite deep enough for Cade Johnson. That is your first out of the bottom of the third. Docs already with 3 runs in, lead 6-3. Still throwing in the bullpen is Xander Sorensen over there. And there's another one coming in. Off in the distance. Sebastian Watson will stand in. The ball kicked off the shin pad for the catcher, Lamori, but he tracks that one down. It's a 1-0 count for Watson, the 8th hitter up here in the third inning. If you're a fan of Top Gun, I would highly suggest it. If you're a fan of Top Gun, you've already seen the new movie. But I would suggest it. I thought it was good. We watched the original at home and then went and saw the movie later the same day. The new one. It's a pitch high and away, 2-0 count for Sebastian Watson. So that really, I'm familiar with the movie. I've seen the original, but it'd been a little while, so it was a nice refresher. And they really tied the old movie and the new movie together pretty well, I thought. There's your movie review this morning here on The Score. The 2-0 pitch for Vincent Agliolo is outside to Sebastian Watson. A walk here brings in another run. Doc's already with 3 in on a 2-run single by Eli Jacobs and a RBI single by Carson Dunn. Yeah, you can see the airplanes just in the distance, a little speck as they go by on the camera. 3-0 pitch, ball 4. That is another walk to bring in a run. And out of the dugout comes Matt Tomlin. I was just thinking that might just do it for Vincent Agliolo here. Scoring is Eli Jacobs. Braxton Dill goes to third. Carson Dunn to second. Sebastian Watson with the RBI walk. 7-3. Doc's in front. 8 hitters to the plate already. And we may be getting our first pitching change of the day. The head coach, Matt Tomlin, will take the ball from Vincent Agliolo, and we will go to the pen. It's a call to the pen brought to you by Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance. If you're thinking about switching things up with your insurance coverage, make sure you get in touch with Chris. He's got over 10 years of insurance experience. Chris can make sure you're getting the coverage you need at a price that fits your budget, auto, home, life, and more. Contact Chris Hubbard at 541-672-3301 or visit chrisinsurers.com for a quote today. We'll take a 60-second break, come back with the new man on the mound for the Humboldt Eagles on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Oh, shoot. Welcome you back here to Jim McAbee Field, where the Roseburg Dr. Stewart's now lead 7-3 against the Humboldt Eagles. Don't know if possibly the Jim Rome show started kicking on in the background of... No, it shouldn't have been. Okay. Whew. That's why I said, oh, shoot, there as we were coming back. If anybody caught that on the radio, I think we're okay. We start things off here again with the new man on the mound, Xander Sorensen. My apologies. Thought things might have been going a little sideways on us back in the studio there unexpectedly. This early morning start time has me a little thrown off with what's on the radio. First pitch swinging for Jace Johnson. Actually, the 0-1 pitch lifted out to left field. Johnson will fly out, but his sac fly will bring in another run. Doc Stewart's taken 8-3 lead as a productive fly ball out to left field for Jace Johnson. After striking out twice, he gets a hold of one and drives in a run. 2 down for the Docs. They will send the entire lineup to the plate. Here in the third inning, they now lead 8-3. Runners at second and third. First pitch, strike one for Xander Sorensen against Daniel Withers. So sac fly. Scoring was Braxton Dill. Carson Dunn goes to third, and Sebastian Watson to second. It is a 1-1 count here for Daniel Withers. The 1-1 pitch. Sorensen misses inside. Xander Sorensen from Eureka High School. Last year, a redshirt season at Redwoods Junior College. The 2-1 pitch misses outside. 3 balls and a strike. Three balls, 1 strike. Daniel Withers, 0 for 1, was hit by a pitch last time up on the wrist. He fouls off the 3-1 pitch from Sorensen. So Vincent Agliolo goes 2 1/3 innings in his start against the Docs today. We'll check and make sure that we'll find out if he stayed in the game defensively. Breaking ball, Withers sat on it but got jammed. It's in the air towards third base where Ayala will make the catch and finish off things for Humboldt in the bottom of the third inning. Doc Stewart's make it 5 runs in here in the third inning. They take an 8-3 lead as we go to the top of the fourth inning. Doc's up on Humboldt on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in our backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Turn your home into your dream sanctuary with help from Douglas County Farmers Co-op. For over 100 years, we've carried everything you need to keep your garden and crops green and growing, including a large selection of soil mixes, composts, fertilizers, and other soil amendments. You'll also find stones, boulders, gravel, and more to add structure and diversity to your yard. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
8-3 our score as we go to the top of the fourth inning. Doc Stewart's leading against the Humboldt Eagles. Dominic Tatone with a nice lead to work with now. Fires in a first pitch strike one against Matt Letter, the shortstop. Second baseman. Takes inside for a 1-1 count as we welcome you back for the top of the fourth inning here from Jim Maccabee Field at North Medford High School. Swing and a miss on the off-speed pitch. A 1-2 count for Letter, who is 1 for 1 in the game, had an RBI double back in the first. Dom with 6 strikeouts in this game. The 1-2, grounder back up the middle. High hopper, Johnson behind second. Cade over to Withers for the putout. One away as the Docs look to be playing confident here this morning. Playing pretty comfortable and confident out there after a little bit of a shaky start. They've settled in. Today's game brought to you by Flyaway Travel. You can book your travel plans with their travel experts. Find them now located at 1445 West Harvard Avenue in Roseburg. One down. Up to bat will be Rylan Lamori. The catcher takes strike one. Swing and a foul ball for strike two for Lamori. He flew out to the shortstop his last time up. Oh, 2 count as Dominic Tatone tries to keep moving quickly here in this ball game. Besides that first inning, he hasn't really had any long innings since, although we're only in the fourth. Another chopper up the middle behind second base. Johnson, a hesitation, but he still gets it to first in time. Had to double clutch trying to get it out of the glove, and he does so. And then fires another strike to Daniel Withers at first to retire Lamori. 2 bounding balls over the mound out towards second base, and Cade Johnson has been able to take them both. The shortstop gets the luxury of his momentum carrying him towards first base to make it a nice and not routine, but a pretty fluid throw, not having to go back across his body or anything like that. 1-0 count for Jaron Ford, the first baseman for Humboldt. He takes low and inside. 2-0 count. Two-0 pitch coming up for Dominic Tatone. Line drive towards center field, and that one caught on the run right at the kneecaps by Carson Dunn in center field. I didn't think he had a chance to get in time for that one, but that once again teaches me don't underestimate the speed of Carson Dunn in center field. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. And a 1-2-3 top of the fourth for the Docs. They come back up to bat in the bottom of the fourth, leading 8-3 on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Back here at North Medford High School's Jim Maccabee Field for day 2 of the Coach K Classic. Doc Stewart's trying to go to 2-0 in the tourney, have an 8-3 lead over the Humboldt Eagles. After Humboldt took a 3-0 lead in the first, Docs have rallied back, scored 5 runs on 4 hits in the third inning. They come up to bat here in the fourth. Evan Corbin will lead things off. Today's game brought to you by Dr. Alanson Randall. The dentist is accepting new patients. Give him a call at 541-378-6694. Foul ball on the first pitch to Evan Corbin. 0-1 delivery from Xander Sorensen just outside off the edge of the plate. Sorensen came in for Vincent Agliolo in the third inning. Got a sac fly and then a fly ball out to the third baseman to finish things off. Facing 2 batters, he works in a breaking ball with a lot of movement there. Tails right into the inside half of the plate to Evan Corbin, the right-handed batter versus the right-handed pitcher. The 1-2 outside, 2-2 count, couldn't get him to chase. Two-two pitch, breaking ball. That one finds the top end of the strike zone, and Corbin will go down looking. That breaking ball had some good movement at it, and it sat right at the top of the zone. For Sorensen, that's his first strikeout in the outing. He's faced now 3 batters. 1 away. In the bottom of the fourth, Knox Hubbard will bat. He has drawn 2 walks in this game, both of those against starter Agliolo. First pitch swinging, Hubbard pops one towards center field. Trotting underneath it is Osborne to make the out. There's 2 down. Eli Jacobs 1 for 2 in the game, has driven in 2 runs. He bats with 2 outs and nobody on base. Trying to put together the final line here for Agliolo. Outside corner, strike 1 to Eli Jacobs. So the final line as I have it, Vincent Agliolo, 2 1/3 innings worked. He gave up 8 runs on 7 hits, 5 walks, 4 strikeouts, and 1 hit batter. Right over the inner half of the plate, off-speed pitch taken for a strike by Jacobs. He's got a 0-2 count against the new man on the mound. Sorensen for Eli Jacobs. So Agliolo on the hook for the loss as it stands right now. The 1-2 pitch, grounded towards short, scooped up there by Dixon. Throw to first is there to make the out with Jaron Ford. 6-3 the put out. A quick 1-2-3 inning in the fourth inning for Xander Sorensen. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We go to the top of the 5th inning. Doc still up by 5 against Humboldt in the Coach K Classic on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Leading off the top of the 5th is the left fielder, Reagan Nyberg.
Taking a look at our Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update here from Medford. Humboldt, 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors. Roseburg, 8 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors in the ball game. As we head to the top of the 5th inning. On the mound is Dominic Tatone. Fires in the first pitch, strike 1. at the knees against the leadoff man, Reagan Nyberg, the left fielder. 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed by Nyberg. An 0-2 count. Garrettson Building Supply, shop local. Shop Garrettson Building Supply for all your home improvement and outdoor living needs. Garrettson Building Supply supporting our Douglas County community for 99 years. Swing and a miss. 3 pitches for the strikeout for Dominic Titone as Nyberg goes down. He was 1 for 1 going to the bat, had a single in his first at-bat, but he strikes out there. 7th K in the game for Dominic Titone. Top of the order. First pitch just missing for ball 1 against Jared Dixon, the shortstop. He is 0 for 2 in this ball game. Takes a strike for a 1-1 count from Titone. The 1-1. Breaking ball slices through the zone to the inside corner from the lefty to the righty. And Titone, a 1-2 pitch coming up. Dom's delivery inside. That one bouncing off of the shin guard, the foot. I'm not sure what that hit on the catcher or maybe the umpire. That ball got away. It kicked high into the air, into the screen behind home. The pitch in is fouled off on the 2-2 pitch to Jared Dixon. So Vincent Agliolo was the starting pitcher. They brought in Xander Sorensen. We'll see if Agliolo stays in the game to hit here as a 2-2 pitch misses outside. Full count for Jared Dixon. Dominic Titone, 3-2 pitch. Just outside. That is the first walk that Dominic Titone will issue here today. So runner on with 1 out for the Eagles. First time on base for Jared Dixon. Daniel Osborne bats. He's 0 for 2 in the game. Struck out in the first, but reached on a drop third strike. He takes the first pitch for strike 1. Agliolo is the on-deck hitter. Your on-deck hitter is always brought to you by Budget Lumber, always striving to be at lumber 1. Breaking ball high, 1-1 count. So I didn't get a chance to try and scan the field last time during the bottom of the 4th inning to see if he had stayed in somewhere defensively. So we'll try and check that out here in the bottom of the 5th. But Agliolo still in the game in one way or another. 2-1 count for Daniel Osborne. Titone gets him to pop it up. That one's playable on the infield. Sebastian Watson tracking it over towards first base. Watson underneath it. I think Withers lost it in the air. It was close to first base. Not to say that Watson wasn't right to make the play on that ball, but it was close to first base. It looked like Withers might have lost it in the air, and so it was a good thing that Watson had a beat on it and was able to get there. 2 down. Agliolo will bat. He is 0 for 2 in the game. Runner going. Throw in is high. Throw to second. Scoots away into the backup, the shortstop, Cade Johnson, there to make sure that ball didn't get away. It took a 1 hop off the infield turf and bounced high over Sebastian Watson at second base. But backing up the play was Cade Johnson. Runner into scoring position. A 1-0 count for Agliolo at the plate. Stolen base for Jared Dixon. Agliolo to center field. Going back, squaring up. Carson Dunn underneath it for the out. And it finishes off the top of the 5th. Doc Stewart's don't give anything up. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left on base. To the bottom of the 5th we go. Doc's leading 8-3 on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Checking in for the bottom of the 5th inning. The Roseburg Dr. Stewarts with a 8-3 lead against the Humboldt Eagles. Docs are the home team in this matchup, so they are now 6 outs away from securing a second win here in the Coach K Classic. First pitch from Xander Sorensen misses outside to Braxton Dill. As we welcome you back, it'll be the 8-9-1 hitters. Today's game brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. Strike in, 1-1 for Dill, who is 2 for 2 in this game with a pair of singles. Scored twice, and he's got an RBI. Did find out it looks like Agliolo has stayed in the game defensively, goes to second base for Matt Letter. It's a strike in on a breaking ball to Braxton Dill. So the only thing I wonder is if Letter is in right field. He played there the first time the Docs faced off against Humboldt, so we'll double check on that. Everything else looks the same. The 1-2 pitch, Dill takes outside, 2-2 count. The Humboldt jerseys, blue tops with red numbers on the back of the jerseys, but no numbers on the front of the jerseys. That always drives me. If you ever are in a decision-making spot, there's a pitch high and inside for Dill, full count now for Sorensen. If you're ever in the decision-making spot on whether or not jerseys should have a number on the front and the back, please choose front and back. It helps everybody. 3-2 pitch. Sat on a breaking ball. Dill pops it high to left field. Calling everybody off is the left fielder Nyberg. He will make the catch for the first out. That is number 5 in right field, which is Matt Letter. So it looks as if Parker Rogers has come out of the game for the starting pitcher, it looks like. One away on the fly ball by Dill. And the first pitch to Carson Dunn hits him. Sorensen hits his first batter. Puts a runner on at first with 1 out. Wanted to look back. I think it was... So back on the 22nd. Yeah, it was 3 pitchers that for Humboldt, and they each had a hit batter in that game against the Docs last time. And so far, 2 pitchers in the game, both with a hit batter for the Eagles here today. First pitch, strike 1 to leadoff man, Cade Johnson, who is 1 for 2 today. Chops one, slow roller left side, third baseman scoop, throw to first, not in time. Coming off the bag, Ford will knock it down like a goalie in hockey. He made sure to cover the 5-hole, not let that one go by. Glove save and a butte. That'll be an infield single for Cade Johnson on what was between a true single and a swinging bunt. That one just trickled left side, spiked into the ground, but Cade Johnson gets his second hit of the day. And he's on at first with 1 out. Up to second base is Carson Dunn. Swing and a miss. Strike 1 to Sebastian Watson. Last time at the plate for Watson, he drew a bases-loaded walk. He also has a sac fly, 2 RBI today for Seabass. The 0-1 pitch to him. Runners are both going. Throw to third. Did he slide around the tag? No. Out at third base is Carson Dunn. Up to second base goes Cade Johnson on the stolen base. So the double steal does not work out for the Docs. Caught stealing. Carson Dunn. 2 down. I think getting the scoreboard right here, I think it's a 1-1 count for Seabass. Looked like Dunn might have had a chance to slide around it, but the throw definitely beat him, and it was a good one by Lamori behind the plate. Put it right on target to Ayala out at third. And he turned to tag, and Dunn might have tried to slide around it, but without the benefit of replay, that's a tough one to judge. Strike 2 taken by Watson on a breaking ball. 2-2 count with 2 away. Man in scoring position for the Docs out at second base, Cade Johnson. The 2-2 lifted towards left field. Looks routine for Nyberg out there. He settles underneath it and gets Watson. So the Doc Stewarts try to get aggressive on the base path, trying to add to their lead, but they end up costing themselves an opportunity there, and they will go down without a run in the bottom of the 5th. Still leading 8-3 as we go to the top of the 6th inning. Docs 6 outs away from a win against the Eagles this morning on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I don't think you realize how much energy you've lost until you start the hormone replacement process.
Our energy really started to wane. We were both gaining weight. My sleep pattern got really messed up.
One Peak Medical changed our lives individually and as a couple.
We're just a lot happier because we feel better. We're not tired and run down, and it just makes our lives easier and happier.
Hormone balancing can help with fatigue, anxiety, pain, and much more. Call or book online today at onepeakmedical.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Dominic Titone out throwing for the 6th inning, gets a ground ball on the first pitch, and the throw from third baseman Jace Johnson gets away. Johnson had to charge in on the slow roller on the infield grass by Cole Ayala, and his throw over to first base bounces away from Daniel Withers, and that'll be the 3rd error of the ballgame for the Doc Stewarts, first one since the 1st inning. Leadoff man gets on base for the Eagles. It's Dominic Titone still out there throwing for the Dr. Stewarts. He has not given up a hit since the 2nd inning, and this is only the second base runner since the 2nd inning for the Eagles. A line drive goes back up the middle. I said last inning, don't say anything that he hadn't given up a hit since a certain inning, and I didn't do it last inning, and so I held off till this inning, and of course say something, and what do you know? Right after I say that. In fact, the first pitch after I say something about not giving up a hit since the 2nd, that is a single back up the middle. I don't know if that's Parker Rogers. I needed to check, but he swung at the first pitch, and so I didn't get a chance. Runners at first and second with nobody out here in the top of the 6th inning. A 1-0 count to Matt Letter, who's at the plate. Outside, 2-0 count. Dominic Titone, nobody thrown in the bullpen for the Docs. They got a complete game out of Evan Corbin yesterday. Could be thinking another one for Dominic Titone here. He gets a strike across against Letter. Titone sets, looks to second. Watson holding the runner on. Throw comes in. It's high and inside. That is Xander Sorensen at first, so he did enter in for Parker Rogers in the 5 spot in the lineup card. So in his first at-bat on his first pitch, he reached on a single. Ball 4 issued to Matt Letter. And that'll be the second walk for Dominic Titone, and it loads the bases up for Humboldt. An error, a single, and now a walk. And the Doc Stewarts find themselves in a spot where they do not want to let things get out of control. Bases are loaded. Dominic will face Rylan Lamori The catcher takes high for ball one. Nobody out. Docs with a 5-run lead would be fine trying to get a double play ball here and give up a run. That one is fouled just past the visitors' dugout on the first base side. Docs are on the third base side in the shade with the sun behind them. First base side, you get a little bit of the sun down that direction. Still, it's a little bit of a breeze coming through, which keeps you nice and cool. And temperature's not too warm yet. 69 degrees here in Medford at the moment. Expecting to be in the low 70s in the next hour. 1-1 pitch from Titone with the bases loaded. Chopper up the middle, could be two. Johnson to Watson, the throw to first. They will get two, a double play. A run scores for the Eagles. But a double play will get the Docs 2 outs. That's exactly what they were looking for. Out at second base, Matt Letter. And then out at first, Rylan Lamori, who does pick up an RBI on the 6-4-3 double play. It'll go now to Jaron Ford, the 8-hitter, who is 0 for 2 in the game. He takes the first pitch, strike one. Scoring was Cole Ayala from third to make it 8-4. Another pitch in for a strike for Titone. He's got the 0-2 count against Ford. At third base, Anders Sorensen, the one runner left on after the double play. The 0-2 pitch to Ford, swung on and missed, and Dominic Titone battles his way back in to finish things off in the 6th inning, limiting the damage there. His 8th strikeout of the ball game, and the Doc Stewarts keep a 4-run lead as we go to the bottom of the 6th, looking to get it back and add some more insurance on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to, by hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations, top of the hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Bottom of the 6th inning. Doc Stewart's Baseball is brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces. Fisher's Hearth and Home. Your Roseburg Clint Newell Dr. Stewart's leading by 4 against Humboldt. And the first game of the day here from North Medford High School's Jim Maccabee Field. Also coming up today, Humboldt will take on Las Vegas at noon. Then Las Vegas takes on Fairfield at 3, and Fairfield takes on Klamath Falls at 6 o'clock tonight. So that is your lineup of games here at North Medford High School. Xander Sorensen on the mound, still for the Eagles, misses outside, ball one. Going on today over at Harry and David Field here in Medford, the other site for the tournament. At 1 o'clock, Chico and Reno playing. Two teams that are 0-1 in the tournament as a pitch inside to Jace Johnson, who leads things off for the Dr. Stewarts in the 6th. Jace is 0 for 2 with a sac fly for an RBI. Takes a pitch. I thought at the knees for strike one, but I didn't see the signal from the umpire, and the scoreboard hasn't updated either. There is a strike. Scoreboard not helping me out here. Might be a 3-1 pitch coming up here for Sorensen. fouled off, so it'll definitely be 2 strikes against Jace Johnson. So Chico and Reno at 1 o'clock at Harry and David Field, then Reno and Idaho Falls at 4, and Medford and Salem wrapping up the day at 7 o'clock tonight from Harry and David Field. That is your tournament schedule for this Friday. Docs back to action tomorrow afternoon for 2 games to tomorrow. That was a full count pitch. There's ball 4. So that one pitch I thought might have been a strike, but I didn't see the call. In fact, was a ball. A little surprised by that one. It looked like it was a pretty good spot for Xander Sorensen. Jace Johnson gets on base with a leadoff walk against Sorensen. That brings up Daniel Withers. First pitch swinging, goes towards second base. A slow roller there. Over to first base. He'll get the out. Up to second goes Johnson. It works almost as if a sacrifice bunt, although he won't get credit for it. 4-3 the put out. 1 down, and that is Jace Johnson. That infield grass plays a little different here than it does at home. Slows down the baseball quite a bit trying to cut through that infield grass. 1 away. Evan Corbin at the plate takes inside for ball 1. Corbin is 2 for 3 today with a pair of singles and 2 runs scored. This will be his second at-bat against Xander Sorensen, who has now faced the entire lineup. Breaking ball sits in on the inside corner for a called strike. Docs tomorrow play at 1 o'clock and at 6 o'clock, and they play at both fields, so get ready for an adventure. Swing and a miss on the 1-1 pitch, a ball and 2 strikes for Evan Corbin. They start out at Harry and David Field tomorrow at 1, and then at 6 o'clock they'll play here at North Medford High School. Which, now looking at the schedule a little closer, makes me intrigued. The 1-2 pitch popped up for Corbin. Shallow right field. Charging in is Matt Letter. Going out is Agliolo. And he makes the catch. Agliolo, the second baseman, for the second out. 2 away. Just thinking, Humboldt plays a doubleheader, back-to-back games here at North Medford High School. Other teams have done 2 games at the same location, or at least they're scheduled to today. The Doc Stewart's got the lucky draw of playing 2 games in one day at different locations. Everybody gets a day where they play 2 games, but somehow the Docs got lucky to play at both locations on the same day. Make my life fun trying to set up and tear down. Strike 1 taken on the outside corner to Knox Hubbard. That's just my own bemoaning. I'm sure it doesn't affect anybody else. The Docs are perfectly fine going across town to play in 2 different locations. Knox Hubbard is 0 for 1 in the game with 2 walks and 2 runs scored by the courtesy runner Justin Jenks. Takes low and inside. 1-1 count for Hubbard. And his one at-bat against Sorensen, he flew out to center field. This is the only game going right now here in the Coach K Classic. Outside on the 1-1 pitch. Hubbard ahead in the at-bat. They don't start at Harry and David Field there until 1 o'clock this afternoon, so no other score updates to bring you from the Coach K Classic. 2-1 pitch. That one goes behind Knox Hubbard, and it'll be a 3-1 count. Out on the mound, Xander Sorensen, I think, knew that was a dangerous pitch, almost hit the batter, and then went behind him. And when he got the ball back from the catcher, he stayed in the squat out there for a moment, kind of taking a deep breath, going, all right, we got to get back on track here. Sorensen, a 3-1 pitch to Knox Hubbard. Hubbard swings and misses for strike 2. That was a nice pitch there. Nice recovery pitch for Sorensen to get him back into the at-bat. Full count pitch with 2 outs and a man in scoring position for the Docs. They lead 8-4 here in the bottom of the 6th. Knox Hubbard waits on a breaking ball, flares it into left field. Coming around, Jace Johnson will head to the plate, and he'll get in without a throw. Knox Hubbard comes up with an RBI 2-out single, his first hit of the morning. Patient at bat, sat on the breaking ball, went opposite field. That's pretty much textbook there on a breaking ball, especially for the lefty. And he drives in a run to make it a 5-run game again for the Doc Stewarts. 9-4 your score Eli Jacobs will bat with the courtesy runner Justin Jenks taking over at first. A pickoff throw that direction. Sidearm sling over to first base. Jacobs is 1 for 3 in the game, had a 2-run single back in the third. Runner going, Jenks heading to second. Throw not in, going to be there on time. Throw actually took a pretty nice hop on the infield grass, but it might have slowed it down just enough. Good reaction by, I think, Agliolo covering the bag at second there. Got the tag down quickly, but it was on the back as Jenks goes sliding in at second base. The 1-0 pitch grounded to short. The throw to first. In and out of the glove. Turning to score comes Jenks, and on the error, the Docs will add another run. Eli Jacobs on safely at first. The throw low from the shortstop. Dixon at first base. Ford did his best to try and control it. It came in on him, and he kind of got handcuffed and juggled it around, but never did control it. Running hard all the way, Justin Jenks comes in to score on the error. Gets 2 bags out of it. Docs lead 10-4. First pitch, strike 1 to Braxton Dill from Xander Sorensen. 2 runs in here in the 6th. Docs 3 outs away from a victory. Dill swings through it for strike 2. Braxton Dill back into the right-handed batter's box. Dill is 2 for 3 today, has an RBI, hits one sharply towards second. Picked up there by Dixon, flips it over to second base to Agliolo for the put out of Eli Jacobs at second base, and that finishes things off here in the bottom of the 6th. But the Docs capitalize on a miscue and add 2 runs here in the 6th inning. They lead by 6, 10-4, their largest lead of the game. Going to the top of the 7th, Dominic Titone looking for the complete game victory on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Hundreds of years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Start off things in the top of the 7th inning for Humboldt with a pinch hitter at the plate against Dominic Titone, who misses high and away. Today's game brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Mason Nichols from Arcata High School and spending last season at Redwoods JC, played 32 games in the college level. He will take high and away for a 2-0 count. He wasn't with Humboldt when they played against the Docs back on the 22nd. He swings and misses for strike 1. So taking over for Reagan Nyberg here in the 9 spot in the lineup, Mason Nichols. A 2-1 pitch coming up for Dominic Titone is fouled away for strike 2. Titone 3 outs away from a complete game victory to go to 2-0 on the season and help the Doc Stewarts go to 2-0 here in the tourney. .259 batting average at Redwoods JC for Nichols. He grounds one towards Cade Johnson at short, and Johnson fields and fires over to first. That'll retire Nichols for the first out. That ball, the other thing that these guys have done well with for the Docs today, getting so used to playing at home on the artificial turf, the ball usually much more truer hops through the infield. That one looked like it was going to be kind of a high hopper to Johnson, and then the last hop it took, it stayed low, and he had to make the quick adjustment. And he did so pretty seamlessly with his hands and able to make the quick play. One away, leading with the one out. It's the leadoff man, Jared Dixon, at the plate. The 0-1 pitch is taken high for a 1-1 count. Dixon is 0 for 2 in the game, walked his last time up. The 1-1 inside. 2 balls and a strike. Nobody on base. It is a 6-run lead, 10-4 for the Doc Stewarts over the Humboldt Eagles at the moment. Ground ball left side, backhanded by Johnson, deep in the grass, throw to first. Will not get there in time and was away from the bag. That is an infield single for Jared Dixon. Great play by Cade Johnson to even give himself a chance there. If the throw was on target, I still don't think he had a chance at getting Dixon down the line there. So Dixon gets his first hit. That's just the 5th hit of the ballgame for the Eagles. Daniel Osborne will bat. Osborne is 0 for 3 in the game. Grounds it towards short. Charging in, Cade Johnson only plays to first and not going to get it there. That one is going to be a throwing error. Cade Johnson throw to first, pulled Withers off the bag. He tried to swipe with the tag, and he couldn't get it as the runner Osborne went racing by him. And so, unfortunately, that'll be an error on the throw by Cade Johnson. Runners at first and second with 1 away. Vincent Agliolo will bat as Humboldt looks for a big 7th inning to try and get back in this game. They need 6 runs to tie and at least force the bottom of the 7th. So a single and an error, both balls on the infield. Dead ball, that hits Agliolo on the foot. So the bases are loaded. And for the first time since the first inning, actually they had them in the 6th inning, the bases loaded, and the Docs were able to get out of that jam with only giving up 1 run as they got a double play. With 1 out here, a double play ball is exactly what they're looking for. Cole Ayala will bat. He is 0 for 3 in this game. Reaches twice on an error. It's a ball high. 1-0 count. Dominic Titone trying to finish it off here, but last outing he had, he admitted he kind of hit a wall as the game went on, and he's trying to pitch through that here in this one as he misses low, a 2-0 count. There is some action I can see in the bullpen for the Docs right now. Coach Jeremiah Robbins will make a visit to the mound, and I'm sure he would love to not have to go to, that looks like Jordan White throwing in the bullpen right now. Jeremiah out there to check on his pitcher. Today's game brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. Ayala at the plate right now with 1 out. It says 1 out on the board. Yeah, there is 1 out. It was on the ground out to start things off here. That's right. That was at the bottom of the order there. 1 out, bases loaded. Ayala at the plate right now. The on-deck hitter is Xander Sorensen, who had a single in his first at-bat. The on-deck hitter brought to you by Budget Lumber. Everything you need for building a house, a garden, or maybe even a deck. Budget Lumber, always striving to be lumber one. 2-0 pitch for Titone. A ground ball gets through on the left side. 1 run in, and that is all they will try to score as Eli Jacobs sends it in. Ayala with his first hit of the game sends it through this left side, and he drives in 1, makes it a 5-run ball game. Dixon scores from third. Osborne up to third. Agliolo to second. Ayala at first. Xander Sorensen will bat with 1 out, and the base is loaded. Takes the first pitch for strike 1. Titone getting the opportunity here to try and close this one out. Jordan White, though, is throwing in the bullpen. The 0-1 for Titone. His breaking ball just misses high. One pitch. Doc's 2 outs away, leading by 5. That ball in the air, high out towards left field. Eli Jacobs towards the foul line. Makes the catch for the second out. A run will head to the plate to score. That's okay. Docs have enough of a lead. They're willing to give up the one run there. So it is a 2 outs. It's a 10-6 game. Docs in front. As Sorensen with a sac fly is the second out. It'll bring up Matt Letter, the right fielder now. He is 1 for 2 today with a RBI double back in the first inning. He walked his last time up. Takes that one in the dirt for ball 1. So runners at first and second. Scoring was Daniel Osborne on the sac fly by Sorensen. Vincent Agliolo out at second. That ball hit towards left field. Drops in fair. Long run for Jacobs into foul territory. One run will score, and that'll be a double for Matt Letter. His second RBI double of the game. So one run scores. Agliolo from second. Cole Ayala goes first to third. Runners at second and third. It is a 3-run ball game now. 10-7 your score with 2 outs. And Rylan Lamori will bat. He grounded into a double play the last time up. Docs need one more out to get out of this one. Final score doesn't really concern them too much as long as they're in the lead, which they have the 3-run lead still. Lamori at the plate, first pitch swinging, ground ball to third. Jace Johnson with it. It's going to have to get it across the diamond on time. He does, and that'll finish it out. Doc Stewart's get the 5-3 put out to finish the game. 8 hitters to the plate for Humboldt in the 7th. They make you sweat it out a little bit there, but they cannot complete the comeback. Get 3 runs, and the Doc Stewarts win this one 10-7. We'll come back with the post-game show where we name our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game, and we'll recap this one for you as the Docs win 10-7 over the Humboldt Eagles and improve to 2-0 in the Coach K Classic here today. Come back after the break on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Years before county boundaries were drawn, the Cow Creek Umpqua tribe lived on Southern Oregon lands. The Cow Creek were known then for their sense of community. They still are. Today, the success of their world-class casino resort and other Cow Creek businesses benefit our communities. The Cow Creek Foundation has given over $20 million to Southern Oregon charities. The Cow Creek Umpqua tribe, a Southern Oregon tribe and a giving people.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to, by hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations, top of the hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Remember the good old days when you didn't have to make an appointment or wait in line for an hour just to talk to your teller, when businesses were local and gave back to the community. At Cascade Community Credit Union, there are some things will never change. We're the only credit union or bank headquartered in Douglas County, and making our members a priority has always been our priority. For easy and simplified banking, visit CCCU. No appointment, just come on in.
I don't think you realize how much energy you've lost until you start the hormone replacement process.
Our energy really started to wane. We were both gaining weight. My sleep pattern got really messed up.
One Peak Medical changed our lives individually and as a couple.
We're just a lot happier because we feel better. We're not tired and run down, and it just makes our lives easier and happier.
Hormone balancing can help with fatigue, anxiety, pain, and much more. Call or book online today at onepeakmedical.com.
Welcome you back to Jim McAbee Field here in Medford, where today the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts will improve to 8-5 on the season, while the Humboldt Eagles will fall to 10-5 on the year. The Docs get a 10-7 victory as they get, once again, for a second consecutive day, get a little bit of revenge against the team that beat them earlier in the season. Docs win 10-7, and they improve to 2-0 in the Coach K Classic as they gear up for their doubleheader coming up tomorrow. 2 games at 1 and 6 o'clock tomorrow here in Medford. Today's game been brought to you by Good Vibrations, solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. We appreciate everybody that's been tuning in for the game, watching online at 541radio.com. Heard from a couple of Humboldt fans that said they got to watch the game earlier in the season when we broadcast that game back at home in Roseburg. And always appreciate everybody that tunes in to watch the game, streaming online at 541radio.com. Video coverage, of course, is presented by the Cow Creek Tribe. Well, as we wrap this one up here, Docs get the win. Once again, they fall behind early in the game, but then rally back to take the lead. Your scoring recap as we take a look at your Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update. Shop local, shop Garrettson Building Supply for all your home improvement and outdoor living needs. Garrettson Building Supply supporting our Douglas County community for 99 years. For Humboldt, 7 runs on 7 hits, 1 error. Doc Stewart's 10 runs on 9 hits and 4 errors in the ball game. Humboldt took a 3-0 lead in the first, but despite the first 3 batters striking out, a drop third strike got a runner on and let the inning continue. A throwing error in there as well. In fact, a couple of throwing errors really helped out the Eagles in that first inning. They scored 3 times in the first on 2 hits and 2 errors to take the lead, but the Docs would tie it up with 3 runs in the bottom of the second inning. It was Braxton Dill with an RBI single in there, and then a bases-loaded walk for Cade Johnson and a sac fly for Sebastian Watson, getting the Docs 3 runs to tie the game up. And the Docs would take the lead in the third inning on 5 runs. The big hits in that inning, a 2-run single for Eli Jacobs and a RBI single for Carson Dunn. Also, you had a bases-loaded walk for Sebastian Watson. The Docs at the time leading 8-3. Humboldt will get 1 in the top of the 6th inning to make it 8-4. That came on a bases-loaded double play. Rylan Lamori grounding into the double play but drove in a run, made it 8-4. But the Docs got 2 runs back in the bottom of the 6th as they would score on a single by Knox Hubbard. And then a throwing error would allow the Doc Stewarts to score a 2nd run in that inning. And they would get the 2 runs back, made it 10-4 at the time, and they needed it. They would give up 3 runs in the top of the 7th inning. A RBI single for Cole Ayala and an RBI double for Matt Letter, his 2nd RBI double of the game. And that made things interesting, but the Doc Stewarts closed the door as Dominic Tutone goes the distance, picks up the win. Dominic goes 2-0 on the season, and Vincent Agliolo takes the loss. We'll take a look at the pitching numbers and the offensive numbers when we come back to wrap up things for you here from Jim McAbee Field in Medford, and we'll also name your Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game. Back after our final 2-minute break of the broadcast on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My name's Chris. 2016, I got lymphoma stage 3 cancer and went through radiation for 6 months. I was exhausted all the time, and that's when I found One Peak Medical. My family life got better because I was more attentive and more energy. Because of One Peak Medical, I'm back doing everything I love to do.
Hormone balancing can help with fatigue, anxiety, pain, and much more. Call or book online today at onepeakmedical.com.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Down in Medford at the Coach K Classic, hosted by the Medford Mustangs. Docs go to 2-0 in the tourney. Humboldt goes to 1-1 on the 10-7 victory for the Docs. Coming up next will be Humboldt and Las Vegas squaring off in the next game of the tournament here at Jim McAbee Field. Taking a look at final numbers from this one, Dominic Titone picking up the win on the mound. Titone goes 7 innings, gave up 7 hits, 7 runs, 2 walks, and 8 strikeouts for him as he picks up his second pitching victory. Vincent Agliolo takes the loss. He went 2 1/3 inning, gave up 7 hits, 8 runs, 5 walks, 4 strikeouts, and he had 1 hit batter as well. Xander Sorensen came in, pitched the final 3 2/3, gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, and 1 hit batter. Taking a look at the offensive numbers for Humboldt, they finished with 7 hits in the ball game. Jared Dixon was 1 for 3 with a run scored and a walk. Let's see here. Daniel Osborne scored twice, but did not have a hit. Vincent Agliolo was hit by a pitch and scored a run. Cole Ayala will be, 1 for 4 in the game. Reached twice on an error, scored 2 runs, also had an RBI single. Parker Rogers goes 1 for 2 with an RBI single. Xander Sorensen was 1 for 1 with a single and a sac fly with an RBI. Matt Letter goes 2 for 3 in the day with 2 RBI doubles and a walk. And then you had Rylan Lamori had an RBI on a bases loaded double play that he grounded into. And Reagan Nyberg at the bottom of the order goes 1 for 2 with a single. On the other side for the Doc Stewarts, 2 for 3 today for Cade Johnson. Had a bases loaded walk for an RBI and 2 singles. Sebastian Watson goes 0 for 2, but had a sac fly and a walk that both brought in a run, so he finishes with 2 RBI. Jace Johnson goes 0 for 2 in the game, a sac fly for an RBI. He also walked and scored a run. Daniel Withers got hit by a pitch, finished 0 for 3, but does score a run. Evan Corbin goes 2 for 4 in the game with 2 singles and 2 runs scored. Knox Hubbard was 1 for 2 with an RBI single and walked twice. He got on base 3 times. The courtesy runner came in and scored all 3 times. Eli Jacobs goes 1 for 4 in the game with a 2-run single, also scored a run. Braxton Dill was 2 for 4 in the game, had an RBI single in the second and scored twice. And Carson Dunn goes 1 for 1 in this game with a walk, a hit by pitch, and a RBI single for the 9-hitter. That's a look at how this one played out here today. Doc Stewarts get the 10-7 win. It's time now to name our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game for today's ball game. And today it's going to be Dominic Titone, who pitches the complete game victory to move to 2-0 on the season. He's your Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game. Pizza the way it ought to be. All right, that's going to wrap it up for us here from Medford as the Doc Stewarts get the win 10-7. And they'll now wait. They'll head back home, and They will get ready for tomorrow when they play at 1 o'clock at Harry and David Field against Las Vegas. Then they'll play at 6 o'clock tomorrow here at North Medford High School against Klamath Falls. Those will be the 2 games tomorrow. We'll have coverage of the 2 games with a short break in between, and we'll have it for you starting at 12:45 tomorrow and then 5:45 as well for both of those broadcasts on the airwaves. So I want to say thanks to the Medford Mustangs for hosting the Coach K Classic and inviting us here. I want to say thanks to the Fairfield Expos for the Humboldt Eagles for a great game today. As always, I want to say thanks to head coach Jeremiah Robbins for a chance to bring you another season of Doc Stewart's baseball here on The Score, as well as the rest of the American Legion baseball program there in Roseburg. I want to say thanks to Abby Knight back in the studio for the radio production here this morning. And as always, a thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for today's broadcast, because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Kieran. We will send you back to CBS Sports Radio, where Jim Rome will have the final hour of the Smack Off, so tune in for that. Should be entertaining, and we'll have that for you here on The Score, and then we'll be back on the radio tomorrow at 12:45 for Game 1 of 2 games tomorrow for the Doc Stewarts here in the Coach K Classic. We'll have the action for you online at 541radio.com and right here on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.